You're listening to Bush Radio. Bush Radio.
Your real talk radio.
State Affairs with Edmund Obilo is live.
It's about El-Zakzaky. He was discharged and acquitted by the court.
I believe that judgment is a victory over tyranny. Victory over tyranny in the sense that once again, the court in Kaduna has vindicated El-Zakzaky and his wife that they are innocent of the trumped-up charges against El-Zakzaky and the wife. The court has held that the prosecutor will not link El-Zakzaky and his wife to any of the offenses, and therefore the court upheld the no-case submission filed on their behalf by their lead counsel, Femi SAN. We should recall that earlier in the case, the charge filed against them by the federal government ordered their release and even awarded a cost of 25 million naira each in favor of El-Zakzaky and his wife, making 50 million naira. The judgment against the federal government up to today has not been obeyed. So far, El-Zakzaky and the wife are judgment creditors against the federal government. Then the Kaduna State Government filed another set of charges, which the court in Kaduna, the High Court in Kaduna, has now vindicated El-Zakzaky and the wife that they are innocent to the extent that none of the offenses could be linked to them. It shows that El-Zakzaky and the wife are innocent of the charges. It has also vindicated the courageous peaceful protest by supporters of El-Zakzaky and his wife. Persistently, the supporters kept on protesting peacefully, calling for the release of El-Zakzaky and the wife. In the process, several of the supporters were shot dead in the streets of Abuja. So to that extent, it is victory over tyranny. I insist, I am not a member of IMN, Islamic Movement of Nigeria, led by El-Zakzaky. I am not even a Muslim. I am not a member of the Sunni sect. I'm not a member of the Shiite sect. But I insist that they have a right to be prosecuted against in accordance with the rule of law. What has happened in the case of El-Zakzaky and the wife is not in accordance with the rule of law at all. They are presumed to be guilty, whereas the position of the law is that until found otherwise by the court, they are to be presumed innocent. They were kept in incarceration since 2015 against court order. The federal government refused to release them. So I am delighted that at the end of the day, they have regained their freedom. They have been vindicated. Their innocence has been established. And I will expect that they will brief their lawyers to file cases against the federal government and the Kaduna State Government, at the International Criminal Court, so that all those who were involved in killing 347 persons in one day on December 12, 2015, will be brought to justice. That was massacre bordering on genocide. And until those who killed 347 persons, including 3 sons of El-Zakzaky, until they are brought to justice, the victory in Kaduna would not be complete.
Okay.
They should also they should also file suit claiming exemplary and aggravated damages against the government for the unlawful incarceration they have suffered. El-Zakzaky, we must let the world know it once again, has lost one of his eyes in the course of the travails since 2015. In spite of the fact that the court had ordered several times that they be released, they were never released.
Now let's look at what Justice Gideon Kurada said in his judgment. He said that the Kaduna State Government cannot arraign someone for a crime that was not an offense at the time. The point the justice made was that the charges were filed against El-Zakzaky and his wife in 2018 pursuant to the penal law enacted by the state government in 2017 over an alleged offense committed in 2015. How do you explain this?
Yes, the law is that nobody can be tried for an act or an omission that had not been criminalized before the commission of that act or before the omission. So that is the state of the law. The court in Kaduna is very well within the confines of the law. That ordered by the court is within the confines of the law. You cannot try anybody for an act that had not been an offense when that act was carried out. That is the state of the law.
And the news coming out from Kaduna is that the government has filed further charges against El-Zakzaky. And remember, this is coming less than 24 hours after the court discharged and acquitted El-Zakzaky and his wife. What's going on?
Yes, I think that the fresh charges, according to what we read in the media, border on terrorism. I think that the governor of Kaduna State is determined to get rid, not to share public space with El-Zakzaky in particular. Yeah, that explains the desperation to get him locked up and tried once again. However, they will continue to make mistakes because I believe that what is at stake might not be far from just the struggle or the differences between the Shiite sect in Islam and the Sunni sect. And we must state very clearly that once again, the court will tell the Kaduna State Government that it lacks the power to file charges on federal offenses. The offense of terrorism. The state cannot prosecute it. Only the federal government can do so. So that case, I believe, will also collapse. And El-Zakzaky will be proven right. I mean, will be vindicated once again. But I want to reiterate, I am not a Shiite. I'm not even a Muslim. All that I insist upon is that regardless of the status of an individual, regardless of the religion of an individual, regardless of the political opinion of an individual, nobody should be treated arbitrarily. Everybody should be treated in accordance with the rule of law.
Yes, before we round off our comrade Femi Aborisade, what should El-Zakzaky and the Islamic Movement be doing now to protect themselves?
Well, El-Zakzaky and his supporters, the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, should continue to conduct themselves within the confines of the law. Go about their activities peacefully. They have a right to their religion under the Constitution of Nigeria. And nobody can prevent them from practicing their religion. For as long as they operate within the confines of the law, even if charges are filed against them on a daily basis, the law would indicate them. They should not be violent. They should be peaceful in their interactions, in their relationships with other members of the society. For as long as they do this, they will always be vindicated.
Comrade Femi Aborisade, thank you for featuring on State Affairs.
Thanks so much for having me.
Bush Radio.
Bush Radio. Bush Radio.
Bush Radio.
Your real talk radio.